Hey everybody, it's Jake from Wild Academy, and real quick, just an update. I'm still alive, and I finished writing the Ruby book, Ruby programming book, that right there. And I will say that you can still get it even if you don't have a Kindle, because Amazon has a free Kindle app for Android and iOS and for the desktop computer. Now, I don't want to just make this video about the book. I wanted to make it more about writing a book. Why are we going up and down so much? Relax, arms. This is the first book that I've finished writing and published. What I recommend doing is focusing on, if you're ever interested in writing a book, which everybody in the world is writing a book, right? Right. And I will tell you to just write a 5,000 word shitty book. Now, this isn't the shitty book. I already wrote the shitty book. That was 5,000 words-ish. Once you break that barrier of starting your book and finishing your book, a book, not your book, a book, then you will be better off for it. Too many people focus on, and I have friends who are in their 40s who are writing their book. I'm doing this off the camera because I'm really good at camera work. I mean, just blows people's minds. That's why I do screencasts. I would recommend just writing a shitty book. This book I'm going to write, it's going to be horrible, but I'm going to write it anyways. Now, this book is the first one that I've actually published, the Ruby programming book. It's the first one that I've actually published. And this is what I will say. The first advice piece that I will give, that is actually the second, because the first one I already did give, is to, once you've edited your book, is to print it out. And I already talked about this on Google+, but you see here, I printed this out, this book out here, and you will see how many errors. I have like 3 edits on every single page. Why am I doing this so stupidly? I don't understand why I do these things. So let's see here. So I printed this out and I just edited it by hand. And you can see here that there is at least 3 edits on every, not that bullshit. We're going to have to redo this video. Totally just screwed myself. 3, 4, I had to do when you're not single. Yeah. Anyways, so I printed this out at the library. So yeah, don't worry about getting a printer. Just go to the library. Even though I have a printer, I just was at the library, so I printed it out there. So that's cool and all. And that's the Ruby book. I have it, and it's not for sale. Not the paper one. Anyways, that was a little insane. So, third advice. So first advice, write a shitty book. I wrote a shitty book. I don't know if it's shitty, but it wasn't my book, because too many people are like, I'm going to write this masterpiece, and it's going to be a #1 bestseller. Not true. I've been reading a lot about this, the self-publishing industry, indie authors, and things like that. I've been reading a ton about it the last 3 months, listening to tons of podcasts, watching tons of videos on it, and what you want to do is just go for high numbers. Just go for high numbers of books. 1, write your masterpiece, make it your last book that you write. If you focus on trying to do the perfect book right out of the gate, you're never going to get out of the gate. So, write that shit book. 2, what was the second one? What was the second advice? Edit your book by printing out the paper. 3rd, if you wanted to do nonfiction or fiction books, you can use different pen names. So that's the other advice, is that if you don't want to be associated with your shitty first book, you can just go under a different pen name. 4th, if you want to be a publisher of books, you don't have to write books. Just hire somebody to write the books for you. I couldn't do this because my personality is attached. I couldn't do this with the Ruby programming book because my personality is attached to my videos and all this type of stuff. But if you wanted to, you could. There's lots of people doing this on Amazon where they will hire a writer, pay them $50 to write a 100-page book. They'll hire somebody for $5 or $10 to do a cover. Then they'll publish the book. They'll make back that revenue in the first month to pay off the people they hired. And then every month after that, it's just gravy. And there's people who do this. There's a lot of people who do this. And they're making like $10K plus a month by doing this. because they publish like 100 books and they have like 4 or 5 different pen names. That is one way you can approach it. If you're going to approach it as a purist, then I recommend, like I said from the very beginning, just publish. Don't worry about doing the perfect book. Get it out there, get it in front of people's eyes, get people reading it. And once you do that process of starting and finishing something, you will just fly on from there. You'll just keep writing and doing stuff because now you're not worried about... this is a quote that I put at the end of the Ruby programming book, which was, "Perfection is the enemy of done." And that quote is just perfect for everything in life. Make it good, but if you focus on making it absolutely perfect, you'll never get there. And then you'll be further away from actually creating something that is perfect because you've got to create a lot of good before you can get to great. So I'll put a link below to the Ruby book. I hope you guys have a great holiday. We're going to have tons more video tutorials coming out very soon. I'm working on one right now, actually. So stay tuned for that. Thank you so much for everybody who's watched. Thank you so much for everybody who's subscribed. If you haven't already, please do. And I will see you guys, but you won't see me in the next tutorial. But I'll be there. You'll hear me. Okay? Peace.